Hey Kettle and Cousins, this is Mitch, KettleCornSupplies.com. I wanted to do a short little video here just showing you a few things about the original, and this is also applies to the Premier, which is basically the same machine. The only difference is the Premier is rounded in the back, tips in the front, but functionally it's the same machine. So this is how your machine is going to come to you when you get it. And there's two things I want to cover in this video. Number one, how it's packed and how you need to unpack it and get it prepped so you can use it. The other two is I get a lot of people asking about the dimensions of the machine, so I wanted to show that to you. So let me grab a tape here. What did I do with my tape? Here it is. Okay, so the actual dimensions are 30.5 by 30. Now in the back of this you have a valve, so that adds 3 more inches to the back. So you want to figure, and this is how I make the pallets. The pallets here are 33. The footprint is 33 by 34. Okay, 33 by 34. The height of the machine is 39. Now you'll notice there's no handle right here. That handle's going to stick up about another 3 inches, so it's about 42 inches is really the absolute height of the machine. So like if you have a truck that you're trying to get into, and you only have 42 inches or more than 42 inches, or less, yeah, more than 42 inches, you'll be good. Now I do occasionally bend this thing for people who have a truck so that it's lower, the same as this. If you want that, I can do it. This is a 70-degree bend on this right here, so I can put a 90 so it comes out flush if you would like. Most people like the 70-degree bend because it's just a little easier to tip over. So, dimensions. Once again, figure the footprint of 33 by 34 by 42 is the absolute height on the machine. Now, the other issue is, you'll notice it's put on a pallet. And I have screws. In fact, let me grab the camera here so you can see just a little better. The handle is screwed to the pallet for shipping purposes only. Now, in the back here, you'll notice there's a little screw right here. Each foot is screwed to the 2x4 on the pallet. I have to make these pallets myself because it's just impractical for somebody to make them for me because they don't make them the way I like. I'm kind of a control freak that way, perfectionist. So you're going to, when you get the machine, it's going to be wrapped in 1/4-inch hardboard, just a big solid box. The shippers like my boxes. So you're going to unwrap the box, just break it apart with a crowbar, and be careful you don't go into the indent the machine, but so far that hasn't been a problem. And you're going to unscrew this, and you're going to put it, let me see if I get it good. There we go. You'll notice this little piece of aluminum here. This is just a piece of scrap that I use for shipping purposes only. Otherwise that handle will be sticking up. If the handle's up, it's taller obviously, and they charge me more, and it's more likely to get bent. I think one thing I've learned is the smaller the package, the less likely it is to get damaged. So you notice you have 2 bolts here. These 2 bolts here I use instead of nylocks. The nylon in the bolt nut tends to melt with these machines. So you're going to tighten this fairly tight, not to the point where you can't move this handle here, but you're going to get it fairly tight. And you'll notice you'll have to put a wrench on here. It's a 3/4-inch wrench. So you're going to hold it on this side. You're going to tighten this nut here. And then once you have that nut tight, you're going to put a wrench here and another 3/4-inch wrench there, and you're going to tighten this nut against this bolt. Same is true with the bottom. Can you see this? I don't know if the light's good enough or not. There's double nut there too. Okay? This side's pretty much set. You don't have to do too much to it, but you're going to have to loosen it. You might have to loosen it a little bit just to get this side to behave, you know, and everything line up. So the main thing too is you just want this to line up approximately in the center. It doesn't have to be right smack on the money, but You want this basically in the middle so that you can tip. It just looks prettier that way. Now, the other thing is these casters. You notice they're put on backwards. What good are they that way, right? Well, again, this is just for a smaller footprint in the for shipping. Now, these are going to stick out here about, well, you can see the distance here. That's about 6 inches. So actually, you want to actually add a larger footprint to your area, because this is going to be out. If you're screwing this down in a trailer, you wouldn't even need these casters. But so you're going to add about another 6 inches to that dimension I just gave you. So it's really going to be closer to 40 inches long. So your footprint actually should be 33 by 40 if you count the casters. So on both these, they're just on there. These bolts are pretty tight, so I just don't want to really get shooken and lost during shipping, which has happened. So flip it around, put it on the other side, get them tight. Just get them German tight, okay? That's guten taut. Guten taut is all you need. All right, now the other thing is, you'll see inside the bowl, you're going to get, whoop, I better put it in there so you know it's there. You're going to get a little package. Sometimes I put some other things in there if you've purchased things from me, but you're going to take this out of the bowl. Can't see it because I just wrapped it up. Is a hose, a gauge, and a regulator. That all you have to do is open up this container, and I'm going to put this back in there and bolt it right there. So there's 3 things you got to do, 4 things really. Take the box apart, unscrew the pallet to the bottom here, flip these casters around, put the handle in the position for popping, and put your hose on the back of your machine. 3 steps, 4 steps. Unbox it, hook up the hose, hook up the handle, turn around the casters, and you're done. You're popping. All right. So, if you have any more questions, I'm going to try to update my website as soon as I can. But this is going out to El Paso to our Kettle Corn cousin Teresa. So, I'll talk to you guys later, and be mighty.